fantastic.
I can't wait. I'm also real big on Doom Patrol. Like I want to see Doom Patrol.
Well, you see Doom Patrol in the Titans show, and it's a very important episode. It's very pivotal
Look,
as
yeah.
to how certain things happen.
I heard they introduced Doom Patrol in the Titans.
Yes, I think it's episode 2 or 3 is where they throw that in there, and it leaves you wanting more. It definitely does.
Mhm.
I think there's a lot of it's another typical DC show, very morbid, very bleak, very oh my god this sucks, but it has good beats with the Doom Patrol. It gets really nice, and there's a little nods and nudges here and there for like pulling at heartstrings and things like that. The other. But for the most part, I'm not gonna lie, it falls in the realm of what you average see outside of Aquaman and Wonder Woman. It's a pretty bleak universe. They could do with a little more pep, but I feel like that's something they could take into season 2 because you could tell the budget for season 1 got used up a lot on some very small special effects because there's 2 characters, Starfire and Beast Boy, and that's your whole fucking budget right there. Just to make those things work.
Oh god, yeah.
That's your whole budget.
Real quick, is Beast Boy? Does he actually turn into animals?
I cannot confirm or deny.
God damn it.
I wish
Do you want a spoiler?
Kind of, yeah,
always
because
spoil it.
this is important.
You saw the trailer. You see that green tiger in the trailer?
Yeah.
It happens.
All right, that's
It
all
happens,
I want.
It happens for Rizzle.
Because
like,
a lot
for real, not for play.
I'd heard people tell me that they did like because the character of Vixen, comic books and like Legends of Tomorrow, she doesn't turn into animals. She decides on an animal and she gets like the strength of a gorilla, shit like that. They told me that's what happened with Beast Boy.
No.
And I was like, if he doesn't turn into actual animals, I don't give a fuck.
No. He turns into animals.
There you go.
Because that's important to me.
But yeah, so it's a good show and all that. But yeah, Superboy being on there, I cannot confirm or deny because I rightfully don't know, given the idea that everything takes place the way it does.
I didn't see if they said a name.
No, they didn't say anything. I was trying to look for one, but no.
I mean, but the fact that they're going to do a Superboy is pretty neat.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
I mean, it is cool, all things considered, because we don't have Henry Cavill playing Superman anymore. So having an idea of having a super outside of Supergirl would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because I hate Supergirl. I think that show's hot trash. So boring. Seventh Heaven with superpowers. Go fuck yourself.
Well,
What else we got?
just again, rolling with the tide of DC. Joey Lawrence. He's trying to push.
You knew where that was going.
Yeah.
You knew.
He is trying to push for the role of Batman. For the
Fucking-
new Batman.
Here's what's pissing me off with this whole new Batman talks thing. Is every person lobbying for, ooh, they could be Batman, is 40-something years old. The whole idea was to get a younger person to play
A
Batman.
20-something
Right.
Batman.
So that it would last longer, even in the lower 30s. So I was on board for Armie Hammer, because he's like 32, 33, 34, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay? But they're talking about like fucking, what's his name?
John Hamm.
John Hamm. They're talking about possibly using, who's the fucking other guy? They said one more guy. Oh, Scott Adkins revealed his audition for way back in the day, but he's too old. Back in the day, it made sense. And there's one other dude that they were really. Oh, I've heard talks of possibly Tom Cruise. And I'm like, get out of
Okay,
here.
Tom
Cruise.
Batman cannot be 5'2". All right.
Also, Batman can't be an old dude. Anyone who's 35, say bye.
if you're older
You
than
gotta,
Affleck,
you gotta go back. Well, Affleck's like 50.
Yeah.
And stop.
Tom Cruise is like 60.
Yeah, but dude, he's still doing Mission Impossible and actually doing his own stunts. I mean,
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean,
Stay
Ben
away from
Affleck
Batman.
couldn't stay away from Krispy Kremes long enough to actually look like fucking Batman.
They didn't. They were talking
No
about Tom
disrespect,
Cruise.
Ben. You make good movies.
They
But
were talking
fuck
about
off.
Tom
right.
Cruise for Green Lantern. No.
No,
No,
No.
God, no, fuck
No.
that.
No. No.
No.
no. The only way. I've heard talks possible Jake Gyllenhaal playing Batman.
And I'd be
He's
alright
young
with
enough
that.
to where I'm okay, but even he's getting up in age.
Yeah.
So we need to look at a younger group. Unfortunately, the younger looking crowd is not someone you feel looks as strong as a Bruce Wayne should
No.
look. No one's looking that part.
No.
I think we got very lucky with Christian Bale, looking how he looked, acting how he acted, and being the size and everything. He had it. But if you're going to do a new Batman movie, here's my thing. Batman is one of the most iconic superheroes of all time. No matter what rendition you do, it's always going to make money, right?
Yeah.
So why aren't we going Batman Beyond? And then we're able to cast a younger character because Terry McGinnis does not look like Bruce Wayne. He looks like a typical kid.
Yeah.
And he can very easily be whoever you want
Exactly.
him to be.
Yeah.
You can even take a musician. You can take, dude, I've been writing this movie for 4 fucking years. I don't have any money. But Batman Beyond with
Yes.
fucking Zac Efron.
Okay.
Playing Terry McGinnis. Dude, I wrote amazing beats,
did.
I
opening
could see that
sequence.
shit. Oh,
Like, I have it all. Dude, I took a good run at it, dude. Like, fucking bring back Christian Bale. Fuck
Yeah.
Michael Keaton. I know it would make a bunch of money.
Right.
But bring back Christian Bale. He's
Yeah.
old Bruce Wayne. Teaching Zac Efron the fucking ropes.
That's fucking bad.
All right? And hey, old Christian Bale, you know what? He was in The Mechanic. He's willing to make his body go through a little, roughness.
Yeah.
Make him the heroin Batman. You remember heroin Batman? Where Batman's back was broken by Bane, and then
was
he
on
got
Venom.
on. He was yeah. And then he started taking drugs all the time because his body was real, and he gets killed in the back alley because
Yeah.
no one loves him. But
Somebody reads too much Batman in this fucking room.
yeah, I know. But you write that story like you just go Batman Beyond. You'd make $1 billion fucking doing a Batman Beyond movie, hands down.
Yeah.
Because you bring in the visual effects team that did any of the Iron Mans. I don't give a fuck. Just bring them in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you have writers. I mean, I would take people directly out of DC. Bring in Jeff Johns. Bring in anybody, or even Kevin Smith, just because of the source material. Have him as an add-on guy.
Yeah.
And then I would definitely bring in Mark Bernard in as well, because their knowledge in comic books is fantastic.
Oh my God, it's
Fans-
amazing.
Fans and comic book writers, I think, should be in charge of comic book movies.
To a degree.
At least in the writing,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
because a comic book writer who was successful, like a Jeff Johns, like a Grant Morrison, someone who's revered in the realm, they're gonna write a story that people want.
And not only that, the team that's going to surround them are people who are fans of their work from the jump.
Yeah.
So the other writers in that room are going to be people who I read his rendition of this. I like that. Run.
I didn't read Happy, but as soon as they said Grant Morrison's got one of his books made into a TV show, I watched that shit.
Hmm.
Because I trust Grant Morrison to give me a story that I'm gonna be interested in.
That's fair. That's fair.
And it was good. I
That's
enjoyed
all
it.
right. That's all right. How do you guys feel about? Okay, so now that we're talking about Batman, just real fast, because he's not terribly old, but he's done a lot of superhero work, and he's fucking good looking and awesome. Chris Evans is no longer going to be Captain America.
Chris Evans could be Batman.
Chris
I'm
Evans
in.
could definitely be Batman.
Or
Or Chris fucking Pine. Any of the Chris's, except for
Yeah.
Chris Pratt.
well, they won't do Chris Pine. They won't do Chris Pine because he's in Wonder Woman.
I don't care.
They're not gonna cross the streams.
No, fuck them. They're all standalone movies.
It's true.
Across the streams now. Because that's the problem with Aquaman is it doesn't tie back to Justice League. It's its own movie.
Yeah.
So therefore, fuck them.
There you
Well, no,
go.
they
Use
talk
it.
about it.
Barely.
I know, but they do mention it. But anyway, back to the Joey Lawrence part.
So
of it
yeah,
all.
fuck Joey Lawrence and Brotherly Love.
Okay.
And he's never been in a real movie.
When people sit around making fun of Christian Bale's Batman voice,
Yeah.
because that was the only part of those movies where I was like, I don't want to hear Batman. I don't want to hear Batman be like, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. That's
I
all
don't-
you ever did in your life, you fucking piece of shit.
And then Joey Lawrence, well, because there was a Brotherly Love episode where he and the youngest one dressed up like Batman and Robin, and they did like the old school 1966 style Batman or whatever. Fuck off. He hasn't done a real movie that any of us can name. Anything of note other than being a sitcom kid back in the 1990s?
On one.
Nothing. No, he was in a couple. He
Oh,
did a couple of
well,
Disney
shows how
movie
much I
things.
know.
But the thing is, also anyone who manicures their eyebrows the way he does, who actually like keeps up on those fucking eyebrows the way he does, I cannot have you be Batman. I need a rugged, decent-looking human being. I don't need a 50-year-old man trying for a fucking money grab to try to be my goddamn childhood hero.
True.
All right,
Damn
you and
right.
Melissa Joan Hart go make another spin-off on Netflix and eat all of my dick. Okay? You and the teenage witch can suck it. Fuck you, Joey Lawrence. I like Andy better.
So, sticking on the DC topic, it's not on here, but I saw something yesterday, so there we go. I'm going to throw something in. Will Smith is not going to be in the next.
Not mad at it.
I mean, I'm not mad at it either.
Not mad at it. He
No.
wasn't that instrumental in that movie to me, except for
No,
the cut and run line was fucking dope. Outside of that, you can suck it.
I enjoyed him. I enjoyed his rendition of Deadshot,
Yeah.
but they didn't make him as instrumental as he should have been.
No.
Well, that movie, from what I feel like, was supposed to be a Joker Harley Quinn movie that didn't work out.
That they cut, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
They
you
cut
said,
the
they,
Joker out.
Yeah.
like you said. I mean, I'm not,
You're not
and,
a fan?
and I know he only had so much screen time. He did the one thing that was in the
11 minutes.
Blu-ray that wasn't in the theaters, like him covering his face when Harley's trying to talk to him in his Lambo. If they had him do more like that and kept the Harley Joker relationship the way it should have been,
Mhm.
I probably would have been more on board.
Okay, because
But they didn't treat him the way they should have. They didn't give him enough time, and I feel like you're right. They were trying to make a Joker Harley movie. It wasn't working. and that movie went off the rails. Like, it was kind of fun to watch.
I mean,
It was-
even then, I feel like I've always said it should have been more of a show than a movie.
Well, I think any team thing, aside from the Avengers, because they've just been doing it right, any team thing is more, well, any comic book thing per se is written more for a platform to be a
Yeah.
series than it is to be a movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the money's in the theaters.
Yeah.
One of the biggest beefs I had with Suicide Squad is the idea that they were supposed to be a team that could tackle like a rogue Superman,
Mhm.
and none of them would have stood a fucking chance for more than a minute. None of them. So
Yeah.
you're sitting here and you're building up this one, the Enchantress, which nobody knows who the fuck that character
I had
is
no idea who
until
she
you
was.
watch that movie. I even had to Google it afterwards, and I'm a fan. And it's like, okay, she's the bad guy though?
Obviously you
She's
did.
the good guy, but the bad guy.
Right.
The good guy, and Rick Flag's a pussy. So I don't care. I don't care enough about that movie, so you wanted to make it about the Joker and Harley Quinn. And you could have done it, but you just neglected to branch off from the focal point of the story is like this whole city's in peril. And you have this ragtag group of anti-heroes that are going to be there to stop it. But where the fuck is Batman? Where the fuck is Superman? Where the fuck is Wonder Woman? The
True.
people who would actually tackle something of that astronomical thing. If these movies at the time were all planned to be tied into each other, I mean, Affleck's Batman shows up in Suicide Squad. Where the fuck were they to tackle it? They could have had it under control.
Yeah.
Instead, we have to rely on these people who are all mentally unstable with collars that are made by a crazy black lady who doesn't like people.
Wow, there you go.
I'm sorry.
No, this is
No,
all fair.
It's just
This
it's
is
just
all
it's,
fair.
it's just bad writing.
That movie could have been so much better.
Hey,
Because
could've.
here's one thing I'm learning with comic movies, especially being a fan and a fan of cinema in general. If your writing is weak, I don't care what your budget is. Your movie sucks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But if you have a low budget, okay, for example, Jose and I talk about it, and it doesn't pertain to superhero movies, but you've seen A Star Is Born, right?
Yeah.
Made $456 million internationally, right?
Yeah.
Budget, $35 million.
Holy shit.
So it was the writing and the
Yeah.
storytelling of
Yeah.
that made it worthwhile for people to be like, hey man, you should go see this movie.
Right.
Aquaman had a $200 million budget.
Mhm.
I would never tell my friends to go see that movie. I'd say wait for that bitch to come out.
I did.
Right.
Exactly.
I was like, guys, go check out fucking
I would
Aquaman.
never tell my friends to go see that. Now, there are other movies, like Deadpool had a $100 million budget. It was done fantastically,
Oh,
cost a
yeah.
bunch of money, but the writing was there.
Yeah.
The writing, like, we talked about A Quiet Place earlier, very little budget.
Mhm.
Get Out, very little budget, but they had great storytelling.
Right.
So I don't give a fuck what you want to put in your movie. If the storytelling isn't good, your movie already sucks. You're
It's
you're
true,
already
it's
climbing up
true.
a hill and you're relying too much on.
And I've always agreed with that. Like, if you don't have a good story, it doesn't matter what it could be. It could be like the best thing that's out right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Hey,
gonna
it could
suck.
be Avatar,
Yeah.
one of the best visual effects of all time,
Mhm.
what highest grossing movie of all time.
Mhm.
We've heard the story 450 times. You didn't tell it any differently, and you made it cornier than anything else.
Right.
Okay, what are they going there for? Unobtainium. Fuck you. It's unattainable. Okay, you piece of shit asshole. Unobtainium with blue cat
That,
people who
that
don't even
is the
fuck.
fucking dumbest name.
Like they tie their hair together to fuck. Are you out of your mind? And then you gotta fuck the horse too. Remember that?
Oh,
the
yeah.
two people, they tie their hair together because they love each other. Yeah, Jake. And then he puts his fucking dirty dick hair into that goddamn horse's mane.
Oh, yeah.
What did that horse do to deserve that? It didn't deserve that at all.
So, what I take shit when I talk about comic books because I'm like, oh, you know, Wakanda's full of vibranium. It's, you know, and I can go on that whole spiel. And then I was like, oh, and then you got Wolverine. His skeleton's made of adamantium. And people go, that's not fucking real. But if you go,
You're not real,
but if
man.
you take a shit on Avatar, everybody's like, well, hold up. No, unobtainium, you fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
That's a real
unobtainium.
thing?
Hey, it's the
Vibranium's not, but that is.
Here's what Avatar is. It's Ferngully and The Last Samurai. That's all it is.
God
That's
damn
all
it.
it fucking is.
Pocahontas.
Yeah. Well, that's also a take on the Last Mohicans of Jackson's
Yeah.
Wolves. We've seen them all. Fuck you, Kevin Costner. Waterworld was a sham.
Oh God.
Okay.
Oh God. that was
But I'm just
horrible.
gonna say we've seen those movies a bunch of times, and they have super big budgets, but they're bad.
Yeah.
They're just not good.
Yeah.
You're rehashing a story we've told 100 times. If you're gonna do it, shed different light on it, and you
Exactly.
didn't. But we revere these movies. So
I
mean-
love Last of the Mohicans.
I mean,
The rest
it's
of
not-
them can eat dick.
yeah, it's
I don't
not-
really care.
It's not a bad movie,
No.
but I mean,
I just like Daniel Day-Lewis. I think he's a great actor. Sorry.
method acting creeps me out, so he can fuck off too.
That's brutal. Yeah.
I was the shoemaker, so I'm gonna make shoes now. Fuck off, you cobbler. I don't give a shit about you. Gangs in New York. It's a good movie. He's a
Great.
fucking weirdo though.
Right.
He learned to be a butcher for that movie.
Yeah.
You know, in Lincoln, he stayed in character the whole time, made them address him as President Lincoln.
Yeah.
Fuck you! No! If you were Lincoln, you would get John Wilkes Booth in real life. That's what the fuck would happen to you, sir. You go to a theater one time, there's silly little top hat thinking everything's all fine and dandy, and all of a sudden some cocksucker just sneaks up and goes to shoulder tap you with a two-piece. Bang, bang. And then we're so goddamn stupid. Shut up, dog. We're so goddamn stupid that we tried to dig a bullet out that wasn't hurting him, dies of an infection. Because that's America in 18 whatever. Fuck
You
damn
know
it,
what?
Lewis.
With that, that's just pretty fucked up shit, and we're going to our next segment. That's fucked. So, we got a story of a man that can't have a license after a dog shoots him. So it says, let me just skip through.
He's not allowed to have a gun license because his dog shot him.
Where was this?
In Germany.
Germany, yeah.
Well, makes sense.
Berlin, to be exact.
Which, it's
Also makes sense.
awesome.
That is great. Just trying to see if something good.
It's
Pardon my dog. She's losing her
it
goddamn
was-
mind.
It was 2016. Apparently this asshole, like, left his gun out,
Smart.
and somehow his dog just finagled it well enough to shoot him in the fucking
Well, if you had a
leg.
small enough dog, it'll fucking just put its thing in the trigger housing, and then you have a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you got a Chihuahua with a vengeance, what if that? What if that dog had ancestors that was taken away on those trains back in Poland? You don't know what happened. Got a Schnauzer with a beef. Yeah, it is fucked.
It is fucked.
Shot him in the leg.
It shot him in the
It
arm.
just shot him in the arm.
Shot him in the arm.
It doesn't say
They
the
were
dog.
they were in his car. They went out hunting.
In the car.
And the
it was
dog-
in the
Loaded
car.
fucking gun in the car.
They went hunting.
It's Germany. It's Berlin. It's not Detroit.
Yeah, but
What the
it's
fuck?
it's Germany.
It's Germany, man.
I mean, but Germany's not
They
like
take
that.
loaded guns to the toilet to take
That's not
shit.
true.
Yes, they
It's-
do.
No, it's not true.
I believe it is.
God damn it. I will agree that that's fucked up, but that was 60 years ago when shit was real. Okay, leave it alone. You hurt
I'm
my
just-
heritage.
I'm just saying, like,
Oh, that's right. You are German.
Yes.
you probably, like in America, you're not allowed to have a loaded gun in the car. You have to have what, a 3-step process?
It's. I know that you can have the box of shells, the clip, and the gun all have to be separate.
Yeah.
They can't be within a certain reaching distance unless they're in the trunk of the vehicle. If they're in the trunk of the vehicle, you can have them basically. The clip can be in, just can't be loaded.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, I don't think Germany has that law.
Well, that's because
So they probably don't
well,
care.
they're stupid.
So they probably
I was
don't
trying
care.
to. I was trying to save my people, but it's tough, man.
I'm just
it's
assuming-
It's a tough go when you're like, yeah, man, we're progressive. And we're doing a lot better than we used to be. We opened our fucking borders, and we got all these people from Syria in here. But before that, we just hated people who like, stars.
I really just think that they don't have that law. So that dude was just like, oh, I went hunting, and he just puts the gun in the car, and then the dog's like,
I feel like that would
right in the
happen.
fucking arm.
That would happen in most fucking red states, though. That could happen
Oh
anywhere in
yeah,
America.
dude! I'm telling you right now.
I mean,
the
didn't-
fact that I haven't heard this story come out of Florida or fucking Texas, for that matter,
Right.
Yeah.
because oh my God, does Texas love guns?
I mean, we just on intoxication. We had that discussion about that dad doing party tricks.
Right.
That 16-year-old kid's birthday party with a gun and shot himself in the gut like a fucking Momo.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and that's ridiculous. So yeah, I guess that is fucked. Germany,
Yeah.
tighten up shit. Okay,
Yeah.
do better.
Yeah.
Be better.
Do a little bit better, just a little bit. All right, now we go back this way up to Canada,
Of course.
where a police they get there and they're breaking up an argument. Oh, They get there. They only find one person because neighbors thought there was more than one, but they're breaking up an argument between his owner and a parrot.
I mean,
The police got called
Yeah.
for a domestic disturbance.
because the owner was beefing with the parrot.
They walk in the house. It's just a dude arguing with
Arguing
his
with his
parrot.
parrot.
Loud enough for the neighbors to call the cops.
Is this in an apartment or is this in a trailer park or is this in a house?
God.
It
Does it
does
say what kind of
not-
domicile
It's
it's
just,
in?
it's
It
just
does not
neighbors
say.
were hearing a dispute between.
Hey, Lilo, you better knock it off.
Which they thought it was two people, and they just heard somebody saying, "I hope you die,"
Oh.
and so, yeah, because they have.
Well, parrots are fucking
Canada.
dicks. We
I
know
hope
that.
you die, buddy.
I hope you
Yeah.
die, but hey, pal, don't wish that on me, dude. Yeah, I get that. I'm not your buddy, friend. But parrots are fucking crazy like that. That is fucked up.
That is, man.
The parrot, go fuck yourself, hoser.
Yeah. Why you sit there? Hey, guy. That sounds more New York. He doesn't talk like that. What if his parrot was from New York? Hey, guy.
Like,
You know what you can do? Yeah, you can go fuck your mother. That's what you can do. Okay, yeah, she makes table marinara, and you go fuck yourself. Say, hey, buddy, don't talk to me like that, guy. And you say, hey, dude, yeah, go fuck yourself, though, huh? And smokes quick, snap, snap.
I want to probably forget. They promised the fucking parrot a donut. Forgot the Tim Hortons on the way home.
Yeah.
No,
But
the dude was drunk. Like in the article, the dude was just drunk, screaming at his parrot.
With all due respect, I would do the same.
I've had 7 Molsons. Go fuck yourself.
Your parents like, "Mah, I drink a little bass all day," and then you're like, "Oh, he had that motherfucker," and then you get pissed off, and he's like, "You're like, the Maple Leafs suck," and you're like, "Hey, you bastard!"
It was Toronto.
You fucking bastard.
God.
Fuck Rocky and Bullwinkle. And he's like, God damn it, national treasures. I'm gonna call Trudeau right now. And Trudeau's like, yeah, fucking Dudley Do-Right can suck it. And he's like, oh no.
Perry like stepped on the remote while he's trying to watch Hockey Night in Canada.
Yeah, dude, no, he pay-per-viewed Celine Dion's last tour.
Oh my
And this
God.
motherfucker's like, just getting crunk as shit because Bryan Adams is gonna open up and they're gonna close out with Rush. And the parrot just fucking drops it off. And it's like, no, we're just going to watch 1990s Ryan Reynolds movies. You want any more Canadian references? Because I can keep going.
As much as I'd like to keep that
Oh,
reference,
God.
Neil Peart retired. He will not drum anymore.
You mean Dr. Neil Peart?
Neil Peart, drummer for...
Yeah, no, he's doctorate.
Yes.
He got a doctorate in percussions, which I didn't even know existed.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's fucking...
When you're Neil Peart, you're going to get a
It's
doctorate
Peart,
in
it's
something.
not Peart, it's Peart, it's pronounced Peart. Okay, well, we're in America, so I'm going to say Peart, like the fucking hair. The hair stuff. It's good. But yeah, he got an honorary doctorate in percussions, and I think that's so fucking pretentious, like Mr. Cosby when he's like, call me Dr. Cosby.
Yeah, but he doesn't ask people to call him doctor.
I know, but I just don't think you should give a guy a doctorate just because you can.
I mean,
An honorary doctorate, so like you get the idea of being called doctor, but you're a doctor of nothing.
pretty much.
Fuck that
I mean,
noise.
it's Canada, man.
The only doctors, well, he was even a doctor. Doctor Strange was a doctor.
Yeah.
He was.
I know, man. Fuck it all. But no, the cool thing about like parrots is like this is not the craziest parrot story I've ever heard. The craziest parrot story I ever heard was a parrot that recited back the dying words of a man who was shot by his wife in a domestic
Yes.
dispute.
Oh my God.
I've heard
is
that.
the fucking.
Yeah.
It's legit. They took her to court over it. She lost. The parrot was a star witness.
It was.
The parrot was one of his best friends. She had fucking just blown all their money.
Mm-hmm.
He was disabled, but he still was good at his money, and he was a good gambler, so he'd save up and do whatever.
Yeah.
And she had a way worse gambling addiction and an alcohol addiction, so she was just using all the money.
Mhm.
And this dude loved his fucking parrot. They would talk with each other every day.
All day.
And then all of a sudden, the dude's dead. And I think she tried to say it was a suicide or some shit like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And then the sister of the dude who died got the parrot. The parrot starts talking like, "Mom, please don't shoot. Mom, don't shoot, please." And like all this shit. It's like, it's fucking crazy. And then the parrot says the lady's name, "Don't shoot."
Shit.
And then she's like, what the fuck? So she records the parrot, sends it to the police. They're like, bitch, gone, swerve.
Damn.
And they get the bitch, and the parrot's like, suck it. It's amazing. So that's the most fucked parrot story I know of, and I love it. Fuck yeah, parrots. One for you. My man. My parrot.
My man.
My parrot.
I like this parrot.
Yeah, that's not fuck. That's my man.
I love it. Just drunk parrot or drunk dude arguing with a parrot. The parrot's fuck off, hoser.
Yeah, fuck off, hoes. We're gonna watch Strange Brew.
I hope they were watching.
I hope they
I love
fucking
that
don't.
movie.
They never do that.
Oh, my.
But, yeah, so where's that take us next, ladies and
I
gents?
mean, honestly-
that was all the topics that we had written
Yeah.
That's all the
down.
topics we have. We got any recommendations?
I took your recommendation, sir, and I'm about to take a dive into Castle Rock.
It's
Okay.
good. It's worth it. It's well worth it.
I was gonna start it yesterday, but I got caught up doing a couple other things.
Fair. If you're looking for a good suspense story, if you're looking for just a good story in general, and to look like, not to know what's going on episode to episode, having that like longing to know what happens,
Mhm.
where even though you get a lot of information in one episode, you still don't know what the fuck's gonna happen in the next one. Castle Rock is your fucking shit. There's a lot going on in there. It is a Stephen King world, but it is not a Stephen King story. Let me preface that again. This is not something you look up. It just exists in the realm of his universe.
Yeah,
It's an original story, and it is fucking remarkably done well.
they touch on the universe.
Yeah. So spoilers real fast, not big spoiler, but one of the news articles that flashes across the screen talks about a dog that had rabies that attacked a family. We all know that's Cujo.
Yeah.
Okay, and they touch on like little points of like going to Maine and what happens in Maine and all that stuff.
Gotcha.
So it's really interesting. So yeah, that's a good recommendation. I loved Castle Rock. I don't know where they're going with season 2, but hell yeah, I'm here for it. I got a recommendation, if I could go for it.
Yeah, go.
I recently watched Into the Spider-Verse
Okay.
yesterday morning with my my 2-year-old. Fan-fucking-tastic. Done super well. Like, the art style is nothing like you've ever seen in an animated movie. I mean, because, like, they do different versions of Spider-Man from all of the, obviously, you've seen it in the commercial, I'm not spoiling shit.
Right.
They're all drawn differently. They're all different art styles.
Yeah.
In this one style of how the world is. And then when, like, the shattered dimensions and everything, the soundtrack, the beats, the relationship that Miles has with his dad and his uncle, and, like, the friends he makes along the way, it's fucking done so well. Best animated kids movie I've ever seen in my life.
Gotcha.
Even though we're big comic book fans, I mean, I love Wreck-It Ralph. I love a lot of those animated movies.
Yeah.
But
Amazing.
Into the Spider-Verse, for my money, best kids movie ever. And recent Oscar winner of Best Animated Film of the Year. So,
There you go.
it's a good watch. Jose, what you got? What you thinking?
I took your guys' recommendation last week. I saw the Umbrella Academy.
You binged it?
I binged the shit out of it.
Fucking good.
It was amazing. I mean, it was interesting. I didn't know where it was going at first, and then, not to spoil anything. It was great. I did not hate on it. I guess that's what I was gonna say. Recommendations for me, kind of on the suspense, like weird. It's a show on YouTube or not YouTube, Netflix called You.
Ew.
You know.
No, go ahead, buddy.
I
Explain
do.
yourself.
I just I don't like that whole aspect of. I mean, not to spoil anything, but this guy, he's just obsessed with this girl, and just every episode is just some weird shit happens, and then it builds up to something crazy, and I don't know. I liked it.
I'm gonna try it out though. You took Umbrella Academy, I'll take you.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
Okay.
I guess on that note, I've been Dave.
Jose.
And I'm Fat Doug.
We'll catch you next week. Later.
Later.
All right.
Feel good about that.
Like I said.
Dude, see, a buck is so much more reasonable.
Yeah.
Because you do the topics, we get to touch on so many things. I think an hour to hour 30 is always fucking grand. Okay, now that I'm in this area, Jesus. Oh, my asshole hurts. Take a piss and text Jimmy.
Oof.
Hey, Joe, shut up when we're recording. Jesus Christ.
Save this shit. Okay, I can shut this off for the time being. Oh shit, we're still recording on that camera, bro.
Oh fuck.
Y'all just got. This is how shit happens when the mics go.
Let's do that.
Oh shit, I don't know how.